So, hello and welcome to my podcast, the Anuj Kapoor Talk Show, the space where we dive into inspiring stories, powerful ideas, and conversations that truly matter. And I'm your host, Anuj. And today I'm joined by Christopher T. Dabrowski, a writer whose work knows no borders. And as a matter of fact, Christopher is from Poland. He has written a lot of books related to science fiction and horror, and as well as he is also a screenwriter, and his books have reached millions of readers around several countries like Poland, the United States of America, Canada, Spain, Germany, and most recently he has published his book with his latest release, Escape, published by Wolf Books Publishing, and that too in India. So it's really a proud moment for us to have a Polish author published his book in India, and proud moment for me as well to interviewing him. So with that, let's begin with the episode. So, Christopher, first of all, I'm really excited and really energetic to welcome you to this podcast. So, first of all, a warm welcome to you and welcome to the show. Yeah.
Oh, hello. I'm very exciting about being interviewed in your show, and thank you very much for invitation.
Right. Sure. Pleasure is mine. So, Christopher, if we start from the very beginning, what really inspired you to write such a fascinating story? Escape, the novel, basically. So, which is a mysterious town and kind of a troubled reporter, and its emotional journey. If you could just walk me through where it all began. Yeah.
Most authors, when they want to throw their protagonists in trouble and to provide entertainment for reader, first think about how to make the characters' life more difficult while also unsettling the audience. One way to achieve this is by using an isolated location and the cover of a night. From the very beginning, I treated the reporter character as someone with a knack for detective work, aiming to introduce elements of crime, fiction in the form of a journalistic investigation. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't complicate his personal life a bit, adding a rather unusual romantic subplot.
Right. Thank you for that insight, Christopher. But yes, I think your book beautifully blends between the mystery and emotion, and as you rightly said, and the main character is a reporter who is trying to run away from the past. So, what drew you? To such personal and psychological theme?
I've always enjoyed books that not only evoke fear or draw the reader in with an air of mystery, but also feature protagonists struggling with various inner conflicts, often difficult dilemmas that could happen to any of us. The character's private life is morally complex. I don't want to reveal too much about his long-term relation to what has happened to him, but I believe most readers would respond quite differently. I like to surprise on every level of a novel, so here to the events took an unexpected turn.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, what one part of your book that really intrigued me was when you described the Pandora's box moment. So, I mean, I agree. Without going too much into details or going giving too much about it, what was the idea behind that turning point?
Um, in um, In Poland, there are quite a few villages that are becoming increasingly depopulated. The population is dwindling, and young people chasing success more to larger cities are deliberately placed mine in a geographically less accessible location. I believe that all places that are harder to reach than others become, to some extent, a bit more mysterious. I was certainly inspired by the stories of abandoned villages in Ukraine in the Chernobyl region. I
Right.
was just a few years old when the disaster happened,
Oh,
yet I still remember having to drink iodine at school to protect us from potential radiation, and the increasingly strange stories that over the years people would tell about the place. We must remember that at the time there was no internet or mobile phones, and the only two state-run television channels always downplayed such streets as Poland was under the control of the USSR.
right.
I can still recall how people would pass along bizarre tales about that had happened there, and what it has caused. In schools, children would compete to imagine what kind of mutants might have been created as a result of a disaster. Today, of course, all of this has been demystified. We have internet, so there are fewer and fewer secrets, and any far-fetched story is instantly debunked. This strips our world of some of its mystery. I think that's why conspiracy theories have become so popular. People need something to fill that gap because we enjoy that aura of extraordinary and the feeling of uncovering hidden truths. On the
Right.
other hand, the world we live is in becoming increasingly strange. Returning to escape apart from the dark, unsettling setting, I allowed
Hmm.
myself to weave a few threads that some might interpret as conspiracy theories. But here
Hmm.
too I'd rather not reveal too much so as not to
Hmm.
spoil the surprise.
Right. Exactly. Yes. I agree with you. Yep. Uh, But my next question would be that I mean your writing builds suspense so naturally, especially in the scenes with silence or darkness. So, how do you really approach these tense moments?
I think that every one of us as a child was afraid of dark. Imagine that something was lurking with it. Night is also a time of silence, interrupted now and
Right.
then by sounds that go
Hmm.
unnoticed during the day.
Right.
When we are bathed in a flood of noise, but with which in those moments would grow in our minds and seem terrifying. Something rustled somewhere, and a poor child might think that it was a monster moving in the darkness, it glowing eyes, nothing more than the glinting buttons of a jacket dropped over a chair or something similar harmless. When those children grow up and stop fearing such things, yet somewhere in the back of their minds, those primal fears remain encoded. These fears are deeply atavistic. Our distant ancestors living in caves were afraid of the dark as well. For them, however,
Okay.
the monsters were wild predators, and every rustle of a fine sewed cloth meant that something dangerous was stalking them. We can
Hmm.
therefore say that these are primal fears hardwired into us, passed down from
Right.
generation to
Hmm.
generation. This appearing childhood terrors, and later, when some of those children become horror writers, re-emerging
Right.
in a new
Hmm.
form. Each author processes them in their own way, and it is only a creator's talent that determines wherever they can truly bring those ancient fears to
Right.
life in the writer's mind, or merely provoke and indifferenting shrug. I
Right.
don't deliberately employ
Hmm.
elaborate literary techniques. Instead, I try, like a doctor, to step as deeply as possible into the mind of
Hmm.
character I'm creating. While writing, I let the character lead me through the story, which allows me to know exactly how they experience fear. When I serve them exactly that fear, placing precisely such an obstacle in their path.
Thank you for sharing that. So my next question is that, I mean, are you someone who plans the full story before writing, or I mean, do you let the story evolve in its own?
It varies. Sometimes I already have the ending and the beginning in mind, and the entire story from the first to the last chapter takes shape as I write, with the characters leading me through the novel or the short story. Over time, several plot lines come together in my head, and I outline everything in bullet points. I never stick to them rigidly. I give my characters the freedom to act with means. I occasionally introduce changes to the plan as I go, often triggering adjustments to other parts of the story as well. And sometimes I might have, for example, a dribble, 100-word miniature, and I suddenly see the potential to expand it into something more substantial. In such cases that small piece grows in a short story or even for a longer work.
Right.
I believe in the most important thing in writing is the spontaneous inner impulse. When
Right.
you feel completed completed
Hmm.
tell a story, when it
Right.
draws you in completely, and at the
True.
same time you either see a way to plan it out or decide not to plan at all. You should give it to the impulse and follow it. In my view, writing works best when you listen to your voice of intuition.
Right. Right. True. True. So my next question is that, I mean, how did you find the publication process overall? Uh, I mean, you have published books in each and every countries, I believe, Poland, Canada, the United States of America, and now in India. So, I mean, my another question would be: so, how was your experience with Wool Books Publishing in India? Did you find it easy, or it was difficult?
Um, it was everything went quickly, smoothly, and in a pleasant atmosphere. So,
We are glad. Hmm. So today we see many authors self-publish their books on Amazon. I mean, Amazon has their wonderful thing of self-publishing the book. So, what will you recommend to the to those budding authors who want to publish the book? Should they just self-publish the book on Amazon Go on, which is I think fair easy, or go to a publisher like Full Books or any other publisher for that matter, who takes care of all the stuff from editing to promotions. I'm asking this question because there are so many tasks for an author while publishing a book. So, what will be your recommendation?
Personally, I always try to find a publishing house that covers both of the cost and the entire publishing process.
Right.
You could say I'm a traditionalist in this regard. Therefore, I have no experience with self-publishing and couldn't offer much advice on that.
Okay.
In general, I have a certain point of reference and can see that these days it's both much harder and much easier for creators to debut and to take the next steps. I know that it sounds paradoxal, but yet it's true. In the past, when the internet was still in its infancy and the only path was traditional publishing, it was very difficult to make a debut.
Right.
However, once you succeeded, many authors quickly build their reputations.
Right.
Now there are many forms of publication and thus many ways to debut, which makes it seemingly easier to get started. But in many cases, this doesn't go hand in hand with quality. And even when someone chooses a completely independent path of writes excellent works, the competition is enormous, with the market being flooded daily with countless new titles.
True.
If an author has no knowledge of promotion, their stories can easily sink into obscurity and reach
Right.
only a handful of readers.
Right.
I believe today's book market is only for those who are the most resilient and capable of overcoming the obstacles on the road to success. If you have interesting stories to tell,
Yes.
you also need a great deal of self-belief, patience, and determinations, plus, of
Right.
course, a fair amount of luck. And only then is the real chance of getting where you want to go.
Right. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing those tips, Christopher. So, but looking ahead, what are you working on next? If you want to share, and are there any upcoming projects or any books that we can look forward to?
Oh, at the moment, I'm writing a number of short stories, mainly science fiction.
Wonderful.
In Poland, a reissue of my second book is in
Hmm.
the works, a collection of horror stories titled Anima Vilis, in which
Wow.
one of the main themes is Slavic mythology.
Oh.
Uh, and in addition, I'm working intensively on a multi-threaded science fiction novel, which currently grown to several hundred pages.
Right, right. So we will glad to. I mean, we will be waiting for that book the once it comes in. Yeah, indeed. Uh, but let's end with a quick rapid fire round just for fun. Uh, I mean, it will be really quick, so and won't take much time. So, your favorite Polish dish you did recommend to readers around the world?
Beetroot soup with small ear-shaped dumplings filled with mushrooms. Such obvious dishes make me hungry.
Wow, that is my favorite too. Yeah, so great. A mystery thriller writer you really admire.
On a daily basis, I most immerse myself in speculation fiction, but I also occasionally read crime and thriller genres. Among the creators in these fields, I must say I'm greatly impressed by the work of the Polish author Remigiusz Bruce.
Mhm.
Another too hard say name.
Right. Awesome. A book you have read recently and really loved.
Currently I'm really reading the scientific book. It's another hard to say title, Kwantechizm 2.0, czyli klatka dla ludzi. It's by Professor Andrzej Dragan, and it's a very successful attempt to bring the complexities of a quantum physics closer to people who don't deal with physics and their daily lives. The book is also sprinkled with numerous anecdotes, and the author has quite a unique sense of humor.
Great. Coffee, tea, or something else when you start writing a book?
Coffee to start the day, and get going at work, followed by various kinds of tea to savor during different stages of the day.
Terrific. Thank you. That was indeed magical. I mean, it was indeed great to have a conversation with you, Christopher. And I mean, my pleasure to have you in my podcast, the Anuj Kapoor Talk Show. And thank you for showing your story, your thoughts, and also sharing about your brilliant novel and sharing the insight about the book. I'm glad my listeners they would be as eager to read the book, your novel, The Escape, as I have already done it. So, I mean, thank you for coming to my podcast. Thank you for giving me time on the Sunday afternoon. I know it might be a very busy day for you. It's a Sunday, so thank you for sparing this time with me. Yeah.
Oh, and thank you. It was also a great pleasure for me. And warm regards to you, your views, and of course all readers in India. I'm very happy
Thank you.
possible to be here on your channel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of my podcast, the Anuj Kapoor Talk Show. If you haven't done already, be sure to grab a copy of the book Escape. I'm sure you will really love it, and as it's a must read. You're fond of reading mystery books and that have a lot of suspense in it. This book is available on Wolf Books Publishers website, and it's also available on Amazon. I mean, in both paperback and Kindle formats as well. You will find the links in the description down below. And also, don't forget to follow Christopher Dabrowski on social media, and so that you stay updated on his latest work. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the Anuj Kapoor Show, and also to my podcast, the Anuj Kapoor Talk Show. I'm available on YouTube, I'm available on Spotify and other music apps as well. All the links are in the description down below. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any inspiring conversations. And also, if you really like this video, please share in your network so that more and more people could know about the story and read this book. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep reading. As Dr. Seuss said, the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. This is Anuj Kapoor signing off for now. Bye bye.